Could it be, welcome back, could it be that we have finally reached the tipping point with wretched wokeness? This outrageous story you're about to hear certainly makes a powerful case that we are. An assistant professor at Old Dominion University in Virginia attempting to normalize, yes, normalize pedophilia, advocating we destigmatize and rebrand these deeply sick members of society.
I use the term minor attracted person, or MAP, in the title and throughout the book for multiple reasons. First of all, because I think it's important to use terminology for groups that members of that group want others to use for them. And MAP advocacy groups like Before You Act have advocated for use of the term MAP. They've advocated for it primarily because it's less stigmatizing than other terms like pedophile. A lot of people, when they hear the term pedophile, they automatically assume that it means a sex offender. And that isn't true, and it leads to a lot of misconceptions about attractions toward minors.
How could a sex offender not be a pedophile? I just don't get that. The university, thank God, though, coming to its senses after that nonsense, placing that professor on leave, and the president of Old Dominion issuing this statement. I want to state in the strongest terms possible that child sex abuse is morally wrong and has no place in our society. Phew, Katie. Close call, it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. You have a little more. Do you want to?
Oh, I have more? Oh, sorry. I just wanted,
I appreciate you wanted to have a conversation.
Okay. The professor later saying, I want to be clear, child sexual abuse is an inexcusable crime.
Okay, now we're ready.
Now we're ready.
And we're back.
And we're back. Well, I drew the line at chest feeders and birthing people as names for women. This person goes by the pronouns they, them, and is transgendered. People who warned about this language manipulation and rejection of reality leading to something like this, redefining the terms of child sex abuse and pedophilia, were called bigots and intolerant. So I'm glad that we have a line for this kind of language manipulation, but these are the same people who have been saying that you should allow people like this professor of sociology and criminal justice to put drag queens in your kindergartner's school for story hour. So if you're a parent and you're saying, no, thank you, like my underage kid is not going to be subjected to this rejection of reality, you're not a bigot. You're perfectly within your rights of thinking that.
I'm actually flashing back to grade school in the city here, and I think there were drag queens entertaining the children. But listen to this. Minor attracted person. So you know who not to hire for your babysitter. The minor attracted person.
Yeah,
the
I don't know, Geraldo. I see this as like, I want to support full academic scholarship. You should be able to pursue as far as you want any taboo or controversial issue. But this is not a legitimate academic pursuit. This is trying to have a PhD help with the branding for the pedophile community. That's what this is about, and it's taxpayer money. This is funded by the taxpayers at Old Dominion Public School. Like the illegal immigration thing. Oh, you can't call them illegal immigrants because illegal is stigmatizing them, and we don't want to do that, so we're just going to call them wanderers or something like that. You have stigmas for a reason, Geraldo, okay? Pedophilia has a bad stigma because it's one of the nastiest things you can do. Now, here's what she says. She says that just because you are attracted to a minor doesn't mean those people act on that attraction. Okay. Show me someone who's attracted to a child.
She, that person was
Show me someone that's attracted to a young child as an adult that hasn't tried to touch that person, who hasn't surveilled a playground, who hasn't put themselves in an environment where other children are around, or maybe even watched it on the internet. No, that attraction is the strongest attraction in the human body. It's hormonal, it's inside your body, it's chemical inside your body. Nothing you can do about that. You have to keep those people away from children and stop trying to soft pedal it like it's just some attraction no one pursues.
But is this, Dana, so stupid that it will affect? Isn't wokeness in retreat? Isn't this like the last gasp? This is so ridiculous. Such a stupid idea.
I guess, they keep giving us examples to bring up. They're not stopping. I do think that the American people are saying, like, we are sick of it. But I see his point that, or her point, sorry.
Is it?
I don't know.
They, them.
It's a they then?
Their point.
Did I misgender her or him?
I think so.
You can
But
be
I
fired
did
for
too.
that.
I apologize.
Go to HR right now.
With
apologize.
the point being that perhaps somebody is attracted to children, but they haven't acted on it. But I do think that there's this is missed a point all day long, which is the outrageousness of child pornography and the pervasiveness of that all around the world on the internet is so disgusting, and it's happening all across the world. And if you think about one of the things that the Justice Department recently did, they had that big takedown of that child pornography syndicate. I mean, there is harm that can be done to children, even if they're not touched by the person who has that attraction. That is a huge issue.
The Justice Department just did that?
Recently, yeah.
Well done. Garland, stick
And
to
the
that
FBI.
stuff. Stick to that, Garland.
So, too far, a bridge too far.
Oh,
Does it close? Does it close?
I think yes.
Where do you stand
I
on
think
this?
I'm going to come out against pedophilia. All right. Just
On the woke side. On the woke side.
But no, of course. But the thing is, everybody makes fun of people who warn that this will be happening. And then when it happens, nobody remembers the warning. We have been in this process of shifting condemnation from the deranged to those who wish to not comply to the demands of the deranged. There are stories in which lesbian women are called transphobic bigots because they won't have sex with trans women who have intact male genitalia. That is not from me. That is from The Guardian, a very left-wing paper out of England. We are at a point where
Wait a second.
Draw a picture.
Yeah.
I'm not going to draw you a picture,
Draw a
Roldo.
picture. No one understands what that means.
The point is, if you do not accept what is called the new kind of amoral truths, then you are the one who's guilty of deviance. For example, I mean, let's say if you don't want a lap dancing drag queen in your kindergarten, that's on you. Now, that's way different than what we're talking about. But it's like all of a sudden you're the uptight parent, or you're the lesbian who is a bigot because you won't sleep with a trans female who has male genitalia. The point of being a lesbian is that that's not her thing. Okay? She doesn't want to see that stuff in her bedroom. So why are you coming in there and demanding it? Nobody wants it.
Why are you so emotionally engaged?
Because this is such a great story.